Hey everyone, it's Money GasOffice.com, which means only one thing. It's Europe Day. Every Monday at Gas Office, have a look at weather for the coming week across the continent, and today is no exception. So you're going to have a look at the charts of West and Central.D in a moment, see what's happening across Europe this week. But before I get on with that, I just want to say about the ads. There's links to articles on all the pages at GasOffice.com, have ads widgets. Any articles that you're interested in, please click through. You have to go and read the article. Thanks so much for doing that. So we've got a pattern change taking place across Europe at the moment. We've got high pressure building in across Scandinavia. This is a bit of a change on what we've had through most of the summer, because it's generally been a very westerly summer across northern Europe anyway, with low pressure coming into Scandinavia, and it's been a pretty cool and miserable summer. But this week we've got high pressure up over Scandi, which is going to allow excuse me, warmer air to come up from the south, not just into Central and Western Europe, where it has been through most of the summer, but also up into Scandinavia as well. And the flow is going to be generally from the continent across many parts of the UK and Ireland, so a little bit of a change here as well. But there's still going to be unsettled conditions with these areas of low pressure around. I think very gradually through the week we will find things turning dry across Central Europe, but we start off with a lot of heavy showers and thunderstorms. So pretty warm across Scandinavia with the upper air temperatures today. That warmth extends down into many central and eastern parts of Europe as well, and through the Mediterranean. It is a little bit cooler for the UK and Ireland and for northern parts of France also. But through Denmark, Germany, into Poland, very warm temperatures, and they extend down into the southeast of Europe as well. Now this is a band of rain that is dividing the high pressure over Scandinavia with more unsettled conditions through Central Europe. So heavy rain stretched through the North Sea in towards Denmark and Belgium and Holland, and then going down into Germany and southern parts of Poland as well. Could be some thunderstorms mixed in there, and they extend back in towards southern parts of Ukraine and even towards the Black Sea. To the southeast of that, we've got some heavy thunderstorms across parts of the Alps, going over the Adriatic into the Balkans, but many parts of the Med actually dry, although there could be a few showers or thunderstorms around the Balearic Islands, so of course Mallorca, Minorca and Ibiza, and also perhaps a few showers or thunderstorms, quite unusually this time of year, across parts of the costas as well. But many inland parts of Spain will be dry, as will Portugal. Much of France will be dry, as will the UK, although there could be some showers into Ireland. Temperatures today show that it's very warm across northern and eastern parts of Germany, up to 30 degrees, and that extends through into Poland as well. Southern and western parts of Germany, where we've got those heavy bursts of rain and thunderstorms, are actually looking quite cool, despite the fact the upper air temperatures are pretty warm. So here we're struggling to get up to 20 degrees, 68 Fahrenheit. Temperatures about average through France, up into mid-20s, 25 is 77, and near north of the UK and Ireland as well, going somewhere around 21 or 22. You can't really see it, but Denmark and Scandinavia seeing pretty warm temperatures going up into the low to mid-20s. And of course, through the Med, it is a hot scene as well, although not the intense heat that we've had, particularly through Spain over the past few weeks, has turned a little bit more sensible in terms of the temperatures through there. So as you go through to the middle part of the week, high pressure is in over Scandinavia, and the flow is generally sort of easterly across many parts of Europe. These areas of low pressure trying to come in off the Atlantic, but really being held at bay by that area of high pressure dominating over Scandinavia. Things are cooler in western Russia, and that cooler area is beginning to back in towards the far northeast Europe, but it's still a pretty warm scene across many parts of excuse me, Scandinavia, and going down into Central Europe, and hot through the Mediterranean as well. Still completely dry over Scandinavia under that area of high pressure. The showers and storms are easing across Denmark and Germany, although they still keep going down into southeast Europe. So it really will be through the Alps, down in towards Italy, where it has some violent thunderstorms, and then going over the Adriatic into the Balkans, some really violent thunderstorms possible there. Much of France is dry, as will many parts of Spain and Portugal, although still may be chance of a shower or a storm somewhere around the costas. Maybe some storms across North Africa as well. That's quite unusual for the 19th of August. And then those areas of low pressure will bring cloud and more general rain in towards western parts of the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland as well. Temperature's pretty warm, nothing tremendously hot, so we haven't lost the intense heat that we've had earlier in the summer, but still very warm across many parts of Europe, with temperatures at least going into the mid-20s, some places going into the high 20s as well. It's a hot scene through the Mediterranean. It's pretty warm even into the UK and Ireland, and also over towards Denmark. Still seeing temperatures there of 25 degrees, 77 Fahrenheit, so that's very warm. And can't make out Scandinavia, but it will still be generally quite warm across many parts of Scandinavia. High pressure still dominates there across the northeast of Europe into the end of the week. Again, it's areas of low pressure trying to come in off the Atlantic, but really being blocked by this blocking feature sitting to the east. Starting to pull up hotter air from the Mediterranean again as well, particularly into southwestern parts of Europe. So you can see that with the upper air temperatures, the heat is really starting to build again down across Spain and Portugal at the end of the week. And it's a pretty warm scene across many parts of Europe. Really, that area of high pressure sitting across the east and the northeast. It's allowing the flow to be generally from a southerly, southeasterly point. So it's going to be a pretty warm week coming up. Intense heat eventually coming back into Spain by the end of the week out of North Africa, of course. The cool autumnal air, if you're wondering where that is, it's still well to the north of Europe. It's up over Greenland, it's over towards Svalbard. It will eventually arrive, of course, across Europe, but we've got a little while longer to wait before it starts to get in that autumnal air. A lot of dry weather as we go through into the end of the week. Still some showers left across the Alps down into Italy. Still a few showers left down towards the Balkans as well. But they are turning lighter by the end of the week, so we should lose the intensity of those showers. I think it's more or less a dry scene through much of the Mediterranean. Still a chance of some thunderstorms across North Africa. And then coming up in towards Spain, Portugal, mostly dry. Maybe a thunderstorm somewhere around the Pyrenees, but mainly dry, as it is across France. Most of Germany is dry as well. And Poland, excuse me, up into the northeast of Europe and over Scandinavia as well. Some cloud and showery rain coming in to western Scotland and Northern Ireland. Temperatures are building again, so the heat is beginning to return to central parts of Spain, going up to around 38 or 39 degrees there by the end of the week. That's back into the 100 Fahrenheit mark, or above the 100 Fahrenheit mark. Many parts of France seeing the heat picking up again as well, going up to around 32 or 33, that's around 90 to 92 Fahrenheit, and that heat extends into central parts of Europe as well. Not as intense, but still up to the low to mid-20s Celsius through many parts of Belgium and Holland, into Germany, into Poland. Also, still really warm in Denmark, 25 all week. We're going to be having temperatures around 25 Celsius, 7 Fahrenheit for Denmark, and that is way above average for Belgium. It's very warm across much of Scandinavia. Also, well, beginning to come back into southern England, temperatures going up in towards the mid-20s Celsius. Finally, having a quick look at next weekend. The high pressure stays in over Scandinavia. The flow generally remains from a southerly point, but we've got areas of low pressure here developing across Spain and into France, thundering weather beginning to push up into the western side of Europe. Very hot air pushing out of Spain in towards France next weekend will be triggering those thunderstorms. That warmth extends up in towards the UK, parts of Ireland as well. And you see there's generally a very warm scene across many parts of Europe. Cool air, autumnal air perhaps, is beginning to start digging in to the far west of Russia. Lots and lots of dry weather across Scandinavia. It does look like being almost a universally dry week for Scandi this week. And that dry weather extends down into Denmark, Belgium, Germany, Poland. Could be a few showers towards Ukraine and the Black Sea. Few road showers in the east and southeast of the Mediterranean, but the real rain is going to be in the west, so particularly around northern parts of Spain, the Pyrenees, the Bay of Biscay, violent thunderstorms there, and they're pushing northwards in towards France. How far north they're going to get is open to question. They could cover the whole of France, possibly even getting into the UK and Ireland. Could be some rain there for Scotland. And the temperatures next weekend looking like this. So it's hot across France. Temperatures going to 32, 33, possibly a bit higher into the 90s Fahrenheit. That warmth, heat extends into UK. So southern parts of England going up to around 28. Possibly you can increase that to 30. That's 86 Fahrenheit. Belgium and Holland around 28, 29, 30 degrees. And heat extends into Germany and Poland as well. So it is a very warm week coming up across all parts of Europe this week. It is hot Freeman Med, but look at that, it's a lot cooler across northern parts of Spain. That's just because of the intensity of precipitation, sort of lowering the temperatures over the mountains. I think that's probably over the top, and it won't be as cool as that. So it's going to be a pretty warm week across Europe this week once again. Probably, excuse me, again, probably not the intensity of the heat that we had a few days ago. Nevertheless, a few weeks ago, I should say. Nevertheless, a very warm week coming up. A lot of dry weather coming up as well until next weekend, when it could turn very thundery across parts of Spain and France. That's it for now, and thanks for watching.